Good morning, everyone. The Delaware County Commissioner meeting for May 17th, 2018 is now in session. Would you stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Again, good morning. To my right is fellow Commissioner Vice President Barb Lewis, and to my left is fellow Commissioner Jeff Benton. Our clerk today is Sarah DeNova, and our administrator, Mike Fromer. With that, let's begin.
Resolution number 18-531, in the matter of approving the electronic record of the proceedings from regular meeting held May 14th, 2018.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion. Vote.
Vote on motion 18-531. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
There is no public or elected comment this morning. Resolution number 18-532, in the matter of approving purchase orders, then and now certificates and payments of warrants in batch number CMA-PR 0516.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion. Vote.
Vote on motion 18-532. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 18-533, in the matter of approving travel expense requests.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion. Vote.
Vote on motion 18-533. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 18-534, in the matter of granting the annexation petition from the agent of the petitioner, Molly R. Gwynn, requesting annexation of 61.614 acres of land in Scioto Township to the village of Ostrander.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion. Vote.
Vote on motion 18-534. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 18-535, in the matter of approving an agreement between the Ohio Attorney General, the Bureau of Criminal Investigation, and the Delaware County regarding the National Web Check Program and equipment.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion.
Good morning, Don Houston, Deputy Administrator. I'm recommending your approval of this agreement this morning. It's a 3-year renewal with the Attorney General's office that we utilize for background checks regarding care and custody of children, mostly with Job and Family Services and juvenile court.
So we've used them for a while?
Yes, we have.
And is this a price increase or?
No, the price remains the same. It's about $46 per background check.
Any other comments, questions? Vote.
Vote on motion 18-535. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Resolution number 18-536, in the matter of creating the Delaware County Transportation Improvement District and determining the structure for and appointing members to the Board of Trustees of Delaware County. Oh, sorry, Transportation Improvement District.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion.
Good morning, Commissioners. Chris Bauserman, County Engineer, couldn't be here this morning, and he had asked that I provide some background and information on this topic. This would be creating a special transportation improvement district that would, have a lot of benefits toward, for the county and working towards alleviating the ongoing congestion issue that it seems like with our growth that we have in the county. Just a few of the benefits. There's some dedicated ODOT funding that is provided each year that for transportation improvement districts. Also, it allows for project implementation, much faster, and is a real good multi-party tool, whether it be multi-jurisdictional with townships and cities in the county, along with the county, and also with the private business community as well to partnership on projects. So. If you guys have any more questions or anything, I know this has been something that's been worked on for a couple of years. I know Commissioner Merrill, I think, went down to look at this. Yeah, so a couple of years ago. So anyway.
So it's been used successfully in other counties?
Yeah, it's been used, I think, in other counties for multi-jurisdictional projects between, municipalities. I think one area that we're going to be using it is in a development tool and working with the private business community on joint projects and things of that nature. I think with our growth, that kind of, it's kind of twofold there, so.
Yeah, the only thing I would add, Mr. Bossman and I went down, it's probably been 2+ years ago, and we had a lot of questions, and since then, a lot of those questions have been answered in a positive way, and this is basically just to set up the transportation district and begin the process, and I think it's another tool in our belt that helps us with a lot of the challenges that we're going to be facing in our county with the growth in our county. Commissioners, I don't know if you want to add anything to that?
Just a couple other topics, a little more detail on the advantages of a transportation improvement district. There are definite cost savings potential. Prevailing wage is not required. Contract negotiation can be done to basically, and bidding can be quicker, and notices are quicker. Utility relocation, eminent domain. I mean, there's just a whole bunch of things that the TID has, powers that a TID has, that the public sector, or that the engineer's office is not enabled to do. They also can provide financing, and that can be attractive. Looking at different financing alternatives, they can charge impact fees. They're eligible for the pursuing the ODOT grants, so anyway, I think this is a good opportunity to work in partnership with the cities, villages, townships to focus on projects that are would create unique partnerships with those jurisdictions and make them get these projects done quicker, easier, and cheaper. And that's just a good thing. So I'm very supportive of it.
Well, I think especially with our growth, this is a proactive measure that will really, and you mentioned it too, Mike, that will really help us get projects done more timely, in a more timely manner. Yeah. And in cooperation with other entities too that can also give funding. So I think that's great. And we're also naming a board,
Right.
which we should probably mention.
Yeah, I was going to mention that.
Okay, go ahead.
What I was going to say is that this county is such a great county, and people from the public sector serving on boards and being involved. And two of the public members that are going to serve on this board, Pat Blaney and Tom Price, are two people that highly respected in this county, and two people that were fortunate enough they're willing to serve and once again make a difference in many ways that they involve themselves. So I just want to kudos to those two, and of course internally the county, Chris Bosnick, Fromer, and Cy Keeley is also serving on the board.
Good group.
Yeah, talking to other counties, I know we've been researching this for a while. We've talked to a number of other counties, and they all unanimously have experienced positive results from creating TIDs. Some of them are pretty small in terms of the projects and efforts, and others are very big. Licking County had a very successful area that they developed quicker, cheaper, faster, or easier, and they attracted the Amazon Distribution Center. And if they hadn't had this in place, that never would have happened. So again, I think this enables us to do some positive transportation projects quicker than we would have otherwise.
Any other comments? Vote?
Vote on motion 18-536. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Brings us to administrative reports, unless you want to do
So
that.
let's go ahead and do
Okay.
the resolution. I had the opportunity, the privilege, I think it was my fourth time, the Senior Citizens Hall of Fame, which is down at the fairgrounds, and I laid a copy of the material on your desk, and Lenny LaPola, who I've known since I arrived here in '07, was the recipient of the award for Delaware County. I know Commissioner Lewis knows him. I'm not sure.
A little bit.
A little bit. Just a super, super guy who, especially in the eastern part of the county, if you see him at parades taking photographs, he's kind of like the historian for that part of the county, certainly the Sunbury area, the Big Walnut School is highly respected, and I think a very deserving person. I had the honor of walking up with him and making a few comments. And we do have a resolution. And I'm going to go ahead and read the resolution, if I may, and then we'll, I guess we need to make a motion. Let's make the motion first. And I'll make the motion since I've already spoken. Is there a second?
I'll second.
So a motion made and seconded.
Let me read the heading then.
Sorry?
Let me read the actual resolution. Resolution number 18-537, in the matter of approving a resolution congratulating Lenny Lapola as the 2018 county inductee to the Central Ohio Senior Citizens Hall of Fame.
And the motion is made by Commissioner Merrill and seconded by Commissioner Lewis. And I am going to read the resolution. Whereas the Delaware County Board of Commissioners is proud to honor older individuals who have inspired others in their community through their industry and resolve to contribute. And whereas Leonard Lenny Lapola is being honored for the example he has set for other residents of Delaware County through his decades of work in community journalism. And whereas Lapola often has shared generously of his photography talents without compensation with local schools and nonprofit organizations. Whereas Lapola inspires all with his commitment to the arts, to his cultural heritage, and to improving his health and fitness. Therefore, be it resolved that the Delaware County Board of Commissioners hereby congratulates Lenny Lapola as the 2018 Delaware County inductee into the Central Ohio Senior Citizens Hall of Fame. I'm just going to make a comment about health and fitness. There was an individual who is 30 years old this week who was there representing one of the candidates, and they kind of shot him down because he's turning 30. And you're talking to people that are 65 plus, and so they kind of shot him down a little bit on that, had a little fun with him. Lenny, health and fitness, he swims 3 days a week, half a mile. Before he had an incident occur about 9 months ago, he used to swim a mile 3 days a week. And someone at his age, 75, I'm pretty sure there's none of us on this stage up here that could do that. He probably couldn't do it in a relay race, but that's the reference to his health and fitness. And he's quite an amazing guy, and with that, if there's no other comments, I don't know if you want to say anything, Commissioner Lewis?
Well, yes, I got to know Lenny when I was a Genoa trustee. He covered our meetings and sat there patiently, and he's just an excellent writer and also an excellent photographer, and he still does both. So he's not even retiring, so that's something for us all to keep in mind. But he cares deeply about the community and covering the sports in the community, and I'm just so pleased that he was honored. It's very well deserved.
And speaking of that, he was leaving the Hall of Fame to go to Pickering to cover a softball game.
Oh my gosh, that sounds, yes, yeah.
Yeah, I just think it's great that we're able to, that he is the honoree for this year's award. He's a very deserving individual and does a lot of very good things, and will continue to do a lot of very good things.
Yes.
So it's great that he's able to be honored.
With that, let's vote.
Vote on motion 18-537. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
With that, that brings us to administrative reports, and I believe our administrator has a birthday coming up Sunday.
Oh, boy.
Am I correct in that?
Yes,
So,
another year in the books.
happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
With that, the floor is yours.
Hopefully, yeah, my oldest son is graduating from Liberty High School that day, so hopefully, I'm hoping to mask my birthday in graduation, or hope my wife's tears are more for the graduation instead of my birthday, so. But no, thank you. Just to report, I've got a meeting tomorrow with Jenna Hicks from DKMM to update her on our transfer station master plan, to just kind of sit down and bring her up to speed on what, we're looking at, the different options and things like that, so.
She initiate that?
I actually initiated it. The consultant that we're working with also, I think, has done some of the master planning. So, and I've not had the opportunity to meet her yet, so I thought it would be a good to do both.
She coming here, or you going to that?
She's coming here, so. As we look at changing with our facilities, if there's some, what I really want to understand is if there's some programmatic goals that DKMM has in Delaware County, if we're looking at the transfer station, if there's a way to jointly accomplish both would be a good way to do that. And then also today, hopefully I don't steal anybody's thunder here, we've got the chamber luncheon where Bob Lamb is talking about 5G and fiber technology. So that'll be an issue.
It's even a national issue.
So, but anyway, so that's all I have to report.
Mr. Lewis?
Yes. Last night I went to an excellent program by the Delaware County Historical Society. They have several programs throughout the year. This was Notable Women of Delaware County, and they honored 6 women. And it was just a wonderful, wonderful program. I do have the bios on the ladies, and one was a temperance leader, philanthropist, another a businesswoman and a farmer, then another artist, a nurse, and a cook. One very interesting, a teacher and a military decoder. She actually went over to Morocco. She was in the U.S. Navy Waves, which was Women Accepted for Volunteer Emergency Service. And that was Ava Janet Birdsall Dickey, 1906 to 2002. And then, very interestingly, Nancy Frankenberg, who passed away in 2002, was actually the founder of People in Need, and came up with a great idea of the Christmas Clearinghouse. But she had, I mean, it was just unbelievable. One of the women there who really went through all of Nancy's accomplishments, just, you know, there were so many. I mean, it was just, she founded so many local service organizations that are still going today. And then finally, Joan Lawrence, former state rep, former head of the Ohio Department of Aging, was there, and she gave a little bit about her background, and so that was interesting. I've known Joan for several years, and so she did a nice job too of being a modern day lady who has really achieved and done so many good things, not only for the community but for the state. So I just want to congratulate the Delaware County Historical Society on a great program.
And where was it at?
At the barn at Stratford. Yeah.
Very good. Commissioner Bennett.
Just a couple other things. Preservation Parks has hired a firm to develop a strategic plan for them. Now that they've had their levy approved, they want to make sure that they carefully plan for the future, and met with their planner, or their consultant, on Tuesday, and it was very interesting. They've got a lot of ideas and a lot of directions they can go, and they're getting a lot of support and getting a lot done. So, congratulations to them. I think putting together a long-range plan makes a lot of sense now that they have their additional levy. The Central Ohio Youth Center annual meeting and regular board meeting is this afternoon at 4 over in Marysville. This afternoon, after that, from 5 to 7, Willowbrook is having a grand opening of their new wing at the Willowbrook West facility, Willow Run. So that's, again, Willowbrook's a great community partner and do a nice job on both campuses. So it's great to see that their expansion is going well. Sunday, I'm emceeing the EMS annual awards. So this should be interesting. They do that every year, so that'll be fun. And lastly, I wanted to mention that Airwaves, a company in Lewis Center, recently announced that they're expanding, adding 60 jobs. Bob Lamb worked with Columbus 2020 to make that happen, and they're a logistics and distribution company and great community business as well. And it's great to see them invest in our community and stay here and expand. So shout out to those guys. That's all I got.
Very good. I've already mentioned that I was at the Senior Hall of Fame event yesterday. Last night, I had the privilege of attending the foster parents in Delaware County, their annual, kind of a thank you for the foster parents in our county. And one of them spoke, her name's Anna. I do not know her last name, but inspirational, talking about the travels that she and her foster son, who I think she may have adopted, traveled, and some of the challenges that went through that. The foster parents in our county really, it's an inspiration of what they do, the commitment they're willing to make, and the difference they make in the lives of some young people who haven't had the best start in life, no fault of their own. And there's about 8 families represented there last night, and those and the ones that couldn't be there last night deserve special thanks from all of us in the county. And so my salute to them. This morning I attended the Olentangy Schools Business Council, and I had to leave a little early because they were still going when I left at 8:30 to make sure I made this meeting. And a lot going on in the Olentangy schools, and great school system, as all the schools in our county are. I think we're very,
Yeah.
whether it's Delaware schools, Big Walnut, or
Right.
Buckeye Valley, we're very fortunate to have very good schools in our county, which has a lot to do with the growth of our county. So with that, I have nothing else. I do believe we have need for executive session.
Resolution number 18-538, in the matter of adjourning into executive session for consideration of employment compensation of a public employee or public official.
So moved.
Second?
Motion made and seconded. Discussion. Vote.
Vote on motion 18-538. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
With that, we are now in executive session.
Resolution number 18-539, in the matter of adjourning out of executive session.
So moved.
Second?
Motion made and seconded. Discussion. Vote.
Vote on motion 18-539. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
If there's no other business to bring before us, we are adjourned.